Some names in sports don't just dominate the headlines, they define entire eras. Jordan, Brady, Shoemaker, and of course, Tiger Woods. Tiger didn't simply play golf, he reinvented it. With 15 major championships, 82 PGA Tour wins, and an aura that turned golf from a quiet country club pastime into a prime-time spectacle. He broke through the sport's barriers with power, charisma, and intimidation. He made millions of kids believe golf could be a gladiator sport. Now, one of those kids is his own son, Charlie Woods. We've all seen the clips, the swing, the stare, the swagger. But Charlie's story isn't just about genetics. It's about a teenager battling to step out of the shadow of a living legend. Every time he tees off, he's not just facing junior competition, he's staring down the ghost of Tiger in the 2000s, the most dominant golfer the world has ever seen. And yet Charlie isn't running from it. He's embracing it. Earlier this year, after a major amateur win, he looked his father in the eye and admitted, "I know we argue." The moment, reported on Father's Day, wasn't scripted or polished. It was raw, showing the pressure of having both a coach and a dad who happens to be the greatest golfer alive. That simple line may have been the most honest thing we've heard in golf all year. So here's the real question. Is it fair to compare Charlie to Tiger? Or are we witnessing something deeper, more layered, maybe even more remarkable? Could Charlie be more than Tiger's son? Could he be quietly writing his own legacy? Because every prodigy has a turning point, a weekend where whispers become roars and potential turns into proof. For Charlie Woods, that moment arrived at the 2025 Team TaylorMade Invitational, where, despite not even being ranked in the top 600 of the AJGA, he shocked the golf world. With rounds of 70, 65, and 66, Charlie Woods walked off the 18th green at 15 under par, 3 strokes clear of the field, and with the entire golf world staring at him. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't about Tiger anymore, it was about Charlie. And this wasn't some soft country club event. The Team TaylorMade Invitational is one of the toughest junior tournaments in America, stacked with the nation's best players, many already with college offers and sponsors watching from the sidelines. Charlie didn't just survive it, he owned it. Clutch birdies, pinpoint iron shots, and ice-cold putts defined a performance that Golf Monthly called a statement victory. It catapulted him from AJGA rank 604 into the top 15 almost overnight. That's not steady progress. That's a breakthrough. And there was Tiger, not as the global superstar this time, but as a father quietly trailing the course. You could see the nerves, the pride, the restraint. He wasn't coaching, he was witnessing. For a man who once crushed entire leaderboards with sheer will, Tiger understood what he was seeing. Not nostalgia, but foreshadowing. And here's the striking parallel. Tiger was 15 when he first burst onto the stage, winning the Junior World Championships and setting the amateur world ablaze. Charlie just did something eerily similar at the exact same age. Different swings, different eras, but history rhymed. And if this was only chapter 1 of Charlie's story, we might be staring at a storm the sport isn't ready for. But greatness isn't just measured in victories. It's tested in setbacks. Just weeks after his breakout triumph, Charlie faced that test. According to the Times of India, he failed to qualify for the U.S. Open for the 2nd straight year. After the high of triumph came the crash of disappointment, a humbling reminder of the grind. Yet in that silence, what emerged wasn't weakness, but something stronger: character. Because failing to qualify isn't unusual, even for pros, but for Charlie Woods, it was proof that his journey would not be a straight line. The expectations were higher. The cameras were rolling, and the comparisons to Tiger were louder than ever. But when the setback came, there were no excuses, no emotional meltdowns, just a quiet return to training, a quiet return to hunger. Because what truly defines a champion isn't how they act in victory, but how they respond to defeat. And if anyone knows the weight of setbacks, it's Tiger Woods. A man who battled through torn ACLs, shattered legs, and a media storm that would have broken almost anyone else, only to come back time and time again. That same resilience, that same mental armor seems etched into Charlie's DNA. He didn't walk away from the game. He leaned into the grind. Watching him is like witnessing the origin story of someone unafraid to be punched in the mouth by reality. This is where most juniors fade, the cliff edge where pressure swallows potential. But Charlie didn't step back in fear. He stood there, stared into it, and then picked up his clubs again. Because legends aren't built by winning every weekend, they're built by knowing exactly how it feels to lose and choosing not to surrender. That choice, to keep going, might be the clearest sign yet that Charlie Woods is built differently. When Tiger Woods rose in the 1990s, he did it with raw talent, relentless discipline, and the lonely grind of a pioneer. There was no blueprint, no roadmap, just a kid on a beat-up range in Cypress, California, with a father who believed the world would bow if Tiger worked hard enough. Charlie, though, is growing up in a different universe, one Tiger built. And the fascinating part? He's not using that world as a shortcut, but as a launch pad. He trains with elite sports psychologists, uses cutting-edge analytics, and benefits from equipment and data Tiger could only dream of at 15. He has performance labs, swing trackers, nutritionists, and the most advanced junior development systems in the game. But his real advantage is simpler. He has Tiger. Not just Tiger the legend, but Tiger the dad, the coach, the mentor who has lived through every triumph and every mistake the sport can offer. According to the New York Post, Tiger has made it a point to let Charlie be himself. He's not cloning a younger version of himself. He's raising a golfer with freedom to be more. That kind of emotional space is rare in elite sports, almost unheard of when the parent is also the most iconic figure in the game. And it may be Tiger's smartest move yet. After all, Tiger didn't have a Tiger growing up. He was the first of his kind, breaking barriers, chasing ghosts, inventing greatness from scratch. Charlie, by contrast, is growing with balance, strategy, and a cheat code. Wisdom handed down in real time. Which leads to the question no one really wants to ask. What happens when you combine Tiger's DNA with Tiger's experience? Could Charlie Woods actually become better than Tiger Woods? On the surface, it sounds unthinkable. Tiger turned pro at 20, won the Masters by 12 shots at 21, and by 25 already had 8 majors. Charlie, meanwhile, is still a teenager, still in high school, still grinding through AJGA events. But here's the twist. At the same age, Charlie is doing things Tiger didn't. His performance at the 2025 Team TaylorMade Invitational wasn't just impressive, it was historic. His command of the course, his composure under pressure, and his dominant margin of victory raised eyebrows worldwide. These weren't flashes of promise, they were warning shots. And if this is Charlie's baseline, the ceiling is terrifying to imagine. Of course, Tiger's empire wasn't built in a weekend. It was built on sustained dominance. 15 majors, 82 PGA wins, and cultural icon status. But maybe surpassing Tiger won't mean breaking every record. Maybe it will mean longevity, consistency, influence, or changing the game in a new way. Dynasties don't all look the same, and not every king wears the same crown. Charlie may never win the Masters by 12, or complete a Tiger Slam. But if he continues to rise as himself, not as Tiger's shadow but as his own man, he won't be chasing Tiger. He'll be walking beside him,